Hey YouTube, it's a Show Me Baby again. I'm standing here with Jack Blood, showed up for the TSA protest here at the state capitol today. How's it going?
Put our line in the sand. We told them don't mess with Texas. I think we sent a huge, very loud and clear message that we're not going to take this. We're not going to stand for this.
You know what I think is really interesting is this is one of those first issues that have gotten not only We Are Change, truthers out here, the Republican caucus of Texas is out here, the Tea Party from Waco and from Austin are out here, and this is one of those first things that are gathering these diverse groups together to where we're going to tell these goobers in the government, no, we're not going to take this anymore.
It doesn't take more than a few hundred people, maybe even 1,000 people, to make our voices heard and to make them, force them to listen to us. Otherwise, they're going to listen to the lobbyists and they're going to listen to the people making the scanners in the airports in this case, the people that work for and own the security industrial complex. So we've got to be our own lobbyists here, and that's what we did today. That's what's going on in the blogosphere. That's what's going on online. And one thing, you know, I didn't get a chance to say when I spoke today is that a lot of this is based on the so-called underpants bomber, but we know through eyewitness Kurt Haskell that that was a false flag. That was a setup. This guy had no passport. He had a guy come help him get on the plane with this so-called underwear bomb, which was terribly made and only was made to be a media circus so that we would have that problem, and then they can provide us with the solution, and that is to grope our children, to grope our mothers and our grandmothers. So it's just part of the plan. Now, as we react to this, we got to remember that their next stage is to start profiling everybody with national ID cards and biometric passports, and that's really what they want out of all of this. So we can't go forward without knowing that they're going to provide the solution in this vacuum if we don't do it. Freedom is the answer. What's the question?
I know a lot of people that follow me on my YouTube and have for a long time know that I troll Homeland Security constantly. These are the Nazis that are trying to take over our country right now. And if you dive real deep down into their literature and the things that they are sending the people that work for them, they're constantly talking about iris scans, biometric ID cards. They want to make sure that you have a computer judge whether or not your pupils are dilating as you're going into a ball game to see if you're going to record or carry a bomb. This says that because of these people, like the penis bomber, who came out and were more than likely drugged or helped onto this plane to cause this issue to come in, the fact of the matter, Jack Blood, is they already had those body scanners 6 months ahead of time before the 1225 inside job already set up to go into the airport.
They've already put together mobile scanners so they can go through the neighborhoods, mobile x-ray units. This is not a country I want to live in. This isn't a country that anyone should want to live in. But in this country, we do have a constitution. We don't have civil liberties. We have constitutional rights. And I'm going to make sure that I protect my family and your family in this regard. I'm willing to take my chances. If I get on an airplane, there could be a quote-unquote terrorist on the plane in order to preserve my freedom. And my freedom is more important than my life. It's trite to say, but give me liberty or give me death.
Well, Patrick Henry, the original person who said that, he walked into a town and saw a preacher being beaten to within an inch of his life, and that's why he originally wrote that statement. The fact is, you know, we have the right to free speech, we have the right to protect ourselves and our loved ones. In fact, that is love. When you stand up and you protect your children, or you protect the women in your family, that is a man loving his family, and that's what Americans need to start doing, the right thing.
Well, we're going to set a precedent here in Texas that's already being looked at by several other states. It's about the 10th Amendment, but it's also about the 9th Amendment, that we have personal liberty and personal sovereignty, and anything that's not specifically stated in the Constitution or even the state Constitution is illegal. So we want to legalize freedom, and it starts right here at the Capitol, where they have Minerva, another term for the Illuminati owl, sitting right on top of that dome. They're trying to tell us something, and we're sending the message back at them. This is the mirror that the legislators can look at, and if they don't go along with it, they're out. David Simpson, guys like that, they're going to be empowered. David Simpson, of course, sponsored this great bill, and we said it, take it to the floor. We have now thrown the gauntlet down to Rick Bilderberg Perry, and now it's up to him. What is he going to do? Is he going to protect this state? Is he going to protect the liberties and the freedoms of this state and of its people? Or is he going to capitulate and do what he has to do to be recognized in the national media, to become a runner for president or vice president? So Rick Perry, if you watch this, if anybody watches this, tell Rick Perry the gauntlet's down, the line is in the sand, don't mess with Texas.
I'm a show me baby, but I got to Texas as quick as I could because the way that they believe in things down here. Hopefully the Texans start accepting me as one of them. because I'm living here, and I'm living it right in front of the Capitol with Jack Blood today. Thanks a lot.
DeadlineLive.info. Go check it out. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Stay bold.
Until next time, YouTube.
Thinking about this last. First of all, I'm going to be loud enough. You're going to hear me. They're going to hear me. Rick Perry's going to hear me, and the criminals in D.C. are going to hear me, and the TSA is going to hear me. And I was thinking last night about the absurdity that we have to come down here and do this in protest over something like literally groping and sexually molesting our children. 10 years ago, if I would have told you that we would have had to have a protest like this, you would have told me I was a crazy conspiracy theorist, I needed to be drugged and locked up, that I'm paranoid, and no, it's happening today. And here we are having to protest this. This is the absurdity of this police state. So Rick Perry, will you side with Caligula or will you side with the people? That our moms, our daughters, our sons, our grannies can be physically accosted under the guise of national security. And all that means is national control. Security is another word for control. It is an illusion. There's no such thing as security, folks. Rick Perry, will you side with Ingsoc or will you side with the people? So we are here today, we dare to be here today to redress our grievances. Life, liberty, and property. Get your hands off of it. Freedom is the answer. It doesn't matter what the question is, folks. And when people ask you, and they go, well, I have a different definition of freedom than you. Life, liberty, and property. That's what you tell them. I'm not going to mess with yours. You're not going to mess with mine. This is a free country. I love this country. I love Texas. Now, earlier, there was a little bit of a division here because we've got to be united on profiling. I happen to believe, and this is my personal opinion, that a lot of this is a problem to get a reaction to give us the solution of complete profiling of everybody.
That's exactly
and it's not just going to be Muslims. It's not just going to be the alleged terrorists. It's going to be everybody. There's going to be no fly list. There's going to be no work list. There's going to be no food list unless you have your little biometric passport, which they're discussing right now in the District of Criminals under the Obama administration.
There's truth.
And Republicans, Democrats, they're all going for it. Hey, do you owe a little money? You can't fly. You can't rent. You can't buy. And that is what total profiling means. And right now they have a registered traveler program. If you want to submit to this biometric prison, you can sign up. You can go in. They can have your iris scan, your thumbprints, your full biometrics. Is that what we want this country to be?
Hell no!
Do not consent. So we've got this grievance today. Life, liberty, and property. Get your hands off of it. The rest we will get to later. We will get to it all. So we will vote with our grievances. We will vote with our body. We will vote with our freedom. We will vote with our wallets. We will vote with the ballot box. And if necessary, we will vote with the bullet box. John F. Kennedy said, if you make peaceful revolutions impossible, you will make violent revolutions inevitable. Don't push us that far. Rick Perry, do you stand for freedom? Well, I say, don't blame it on me. I voted for Deborah Medina.
Hell yeah!
Who will protect us against you? Who will protect us against the protectors? Freedom can be messy. Freedom can be dangerous. There is no security. There's no guarantee. In fact, I heard Police Chief Art Acevedo, I have to check myself on that so I don't say ass invader in public. I heard him on KLBJ on the subject of having guns on our campuses to protect ourselves, and he literally said, what are the odds that you'll be shot on a campus? Do we really need guns on a campus? Well, Art Acevedo, Rick Perry, the Senate, the legislator, and Texas, what are the odds we're going to get blown up on an airplane? I will take my chances. So I want you guys to get in. As John said, hey, we don't have any more authority besides what the United Nations says to go put a no-fly zone over Libya, there's no authority to put a no-fly zone over Texas.
That's right.
HB 1937 merely criminalized groping. We weren't trying to, at this time, and we will get to this, get rid of the scanners and get rid of the intrusiveness of going to the airport, which is property you paid for, whether it's through a subsidizing of the airlines or whether it's the paying for the facility. That's your facility. That's public property. You can film there and you have a right to travel literally unmolested. But that's all we ask for. Don't grope our daughters, our mothers, and our grandmothers. Is that too much to ask, Rick Perry? No! First they come for your underwear, and then they come for the rest. So Rick Perry, do you hear us? Include HB 1937, SB 29, HB 41. Bring it to the floor! Yeah! We are fed up.
Bring it to the floor! 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 Bring it to the floor!
We are fed up with TSA, with the Department of Homeland Security. We draw the line in the sand here. We say in all serious, don't mess with Texas. Thank you.
Yeah, folks. Okay, remember, we can rally all we want, but that doesn't mean anything unless, as soon as you get home, you pick up your phone, do it on the way home, do it right now. Take a step to the back and call your representative, call your senator, and call Perry's office. In fact, if everybody here could commit, whenever they get home or whenever they're driving home, to call just 3 people and encourage them to call their representative, their senator, and Governor Rick Perry, that's going to go a really long way. And encourage them to call 3 people as well. It'll be exponential. But we can't just rally and wave signs, folks. We got to put the political pressure on them. We have to inform them that if they do not support this, if they don't encourage Rick Perry to put it on the floor and let him know that they'll have the support, then we're going to vote him out of office come next election time.